I've been told by some close friends lately that sharing my story could really help others. My name is Elle Carpenter. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I became a widow last September. I'm also the mother to an amazing 6-year-old. And I'm here to talk to you about grief. I'm sharing my experience so that we can change the tone of grief in general with the deepest respect for everybody's grief. I want to gently suggest that we honor the dead in a more functional way so that we can still live a good life. Because I've found that society generally encourages us to fall into really unhealthy habits when we lose somebody we love. I think that those habits actually are the opposite of what our dead loved ones would want for us. I want to encourage resilience and the understanding that when somebody dies, we actually haven't lost them at all. If anything, they've become more powerful and can help us live the life that we really want to live.
There's only so many moments to live.
My son and I have spent a lot of time in Mexico since my husband passed, and the Mexican culture says when you're grieving, you say, estoy en duelo. It's almost saying like, I'm in a waiting period. And I really like that perspective because the waiting period doesn't actually talk about the hurt. It could be any type of waiting period. You're in this period of mourning, and it can mean anything. And it doesn't have to dwell on the negative emotions. It can be a celebration every day of the life you had with this loved one. And it can be a celebration of their achievements, and it can be a celebration of what they're currently achieving because, let's face it, most of us believe that life of the soul is eternal. And so this life we have on earth is one small step in the overall journey that our souls experience.
So it's a very special place.
Special magic rock, right?
Yeah, and look, it's Dad's ashes.
So there are two major things I want to talk about today. Respecting the journey of the person who's ill so that they can pass peacefully, because we wouldn't want to hold anyone here on earth longer than what they're meant to be. So we've got to respect their journey if we're going to have a healthy relationship with their death. This is something that I didn't even know at the time, but I somehow succeeded in doing, which is why I'm sharing it with you, because I'm hoping that more people can understand this and have the experience that I've had, which is this beautiful grieving experience. My deepest focus in this whole process and towards the end of his illness was on what he wanted and on what was best for him. If you focus on their journey and their happiness and really tune into that, you'll realize that dying is actually possibly the most pain-free part of life. You know, it's when all the pain goes away. It's when you become all-knowing. My husband, it was as if he was a wise old man when he passed away. And because I was really open to his journey and I respected it as his journey, and I wasn't trying to drag him back with my sadness, I was able to feel his relief. I was able to feel his spirit growing stronger, which made my spirit grow stronger. I was given many gifts from him because he was feeling understood by me, and he got stronger before he passed in spirit. So his body got weaker, his spirit got stronger, and then when he passed, it was as if he became all-powerful. And for a little while, I was being held up in this divine light. It was months, actually. I think it was probably like 5 months that he was just there with me and holding me up, and I was able to offer my son more support than I believe I would have otherwise.
Good.
Ice! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swindles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cheetah claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Ha!
Ooh, so close. Try again.
whenever I would have a really rough day, being human, we're human. When we have hardship and suffering, we can choose to either dwell on it or let it go. I got really good at letting it go, and anybody who was very reactive of me when I was in that state, I respect the reactions, and oftentimes I realized that they just weren't meant to be in my life at this time because I needed the grace that a lot of people don't know how to give when someone's grieving. Since my husband passed, and since people have sort of projected this image of what a grieving widow should look like, I've been wondering how to change this perspective. The second thing I really want to focus on today is maintaining the celebration of someone's life, even months after they die, and how that can really help us in our grieving process to stay positive and to not focus on negative emotions and not fall into this state of dysfunctionality. I think that my process that I've had is something that my husband would be really proud of. And I feel that every day I've spent since he passed away in September of 2023 has been a day of honoring him. It doesn't mean that I don't miss him. I miss being in the same realm as him. And I'm also managing our son's grief. So that's its own journey. So I'm going to sing you 2 songs today. The first one is called A Pretty Day. And this song was written before I even knew what it meant. It came to me. Music was my whole life. For a good portion of my life, it's been a big part of me. And so to take time off is challenging, obviously. And my hands were full being my husband's caretaker. I wrote this song when I just really needed a little musical recharge. The song is about my husband's journey. It's not about me. It's about my husband. And it's about the fact that everybody he loves has faith in him. We're following him. It's his journey. His voice is finally being heard. And no matter what happens, I'm just going to enjoy a beautiful day with him. My husband had great energy healers. When he lost consciousness towards the end of his life, his energy healers were able to tune into him and tell me that he had decided to pass. When I first found out that he had decided he was ready to move on to the next world, to the next realm, to many realms maybe in his case, it was as if everything started to make sense because I was open to it, because I had surrendered to the fact that he might decide this, and that if he did, I trusted him. It was his journey, and I wanted to support him. I had vowed to support him. I think I vowed until death do us part, and now my vows feel very eternal. So I think that we're still supporting each other even after he's passed. When I found out that he was ready to go, I brought my guitar into his hospital room. We had visitors coming to say goodbye to him. His mother was there, and we were on the phone with his vast family. We called every single person, friends and family that we thought would want to say goodbye to him here on earth. But then after visiting hours were over, I would pull out my guitar and I would give him a personal concert because I knew that's what he wanted for me. I knew that he had always loved and supported my music. And I knew that by pulling out my guitar and singing with him, I was healing myself. It was a step in my journey of healing myself. And when I sang this song, A Pretty Day, to him, as he was about to pass away, it was as if it had a whole new meaning. Because when I first wrote it, I thought it meant that his physical body was going to be okay. What it really meant was that he was going to be okay. Like his journey, no matter what he decided his journey was going to be, he was going to be okay. I want you to hear the words again with the melody, and I want you to understand the meaning
and just know how special you are and how important you are, and how it doesn't matter what any day looked like in the past year and a half. I was just so proud to help you on your journey.
We're a long way from where we started, young and clueless, often broken-hearted. This life won't ever disappoint us, flying far away on our dreams that make us. And my heart won't break now, because you're gonna be okay. And I can't take this on today and every day. Although we've got a long way, it's just another pretty day with you. We're not stuck, we all have choices. You've shown strength I didn't know you had, your voices. Now and forever being heard by me, by God, by everyone. Your fresh start can be our inspiration. Although we've got a long road, there's nowhere else I'd rather go with you. So many reasons to survive, so many roads left to travel. All that we ever wanted in this life. The obstacles arrived and we woke up. And I wouldn't trade any moments. We're humble and kind, been given the gift of time. I see both reason and rhyme. It doesn't have to be a burden. Not when everyone is learning. It's just life, and my heart won't break now, because you're gonna be okay. And I can't take this on today and every day. Although we've got a long way, it's just another pretty day with you. The second song I want to sing for you is a song that just came out on my wedding anniversary, which was July 25th, July 25th would have been my 9-year wedding anniversary. The song is called Us, and this song is just, it encapsulates what true love is and what everlasting love should feel like and what my everlasting love with my husband feels like. Part of the reason I released it on my wedding anniversary was because I want to celebrate the big days. It's not that I don't want to cry on them. You can cry sad tears, and then they can turn into happy tears as you come to this realization of the fact that everything in this world happens perfectly, and that we bring on our own circumstances, and that my husband's journey was perfect for him, and therefore perfect for me, and that I'm open to every lesson that it's supposed to teach me. And so I've gotten really good at when I'm really sad, turning that sadness into positive emotions. And this song is just a celebration of the everlasting love that my husband and I still share. You lead me along the way, oh, you lead me along the way. When I can't do this on my own, I've got your hand to hold. You lead me along the way. I believe in you. Your strength is real. You take me as I am. You provide a shelter I can rest in. A perfect love is such a beautiful blessing. You lead me along the way, oh, you lead me along the way. When I can't do this on my own, I've got your hand to hold. You lead me along the way. You believe in me. You see my strength, so when I feel weak, you give me courage when I'm on the verge of failure. You give me hope that I can endure anything. You lead me along the way, oh, you lead me along the way. When I can't do this on my own, I've got your hand to hold. You lead me Thank you all so much for listening. I hope that some of this helps someone out there. I can't promise these videos will be very regular right now because my priorities are twofold. My mental health, my son's mental health. My YouTube channel has to come third. I will see you when I see you, but there will be a next video, and when it happens, I'll see you there.